Hello, freak bitches.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. Today's guest is a man who needs no introduction, the 45th President of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Welcome to the show, Mr. President.
Thanks for finally having me, Joe. I'm sure you got some burning questions you just can't wait to spit out.
Yeah, sure. Of course, let me start with an easy one. What's life been like for an ex-president such as yourself, living a normal, everyday life?
Well, Joe, you know the crazy thing about being Donald Trump is that life is never ordinary. Just this morning, I was waiting for my private hire to show up, and some street rat came and begged me for change. Do you know what I told him, Joe? I told him, Joe, I have something much more valuable to you than the $15,000 change I have in my wallet. He asked, "What is it, Mr. Trump?" And I told him, "You can have my most prized possessions, my hands." I slapped that fool right in the Johnson and made my escape.
No, what? What the fuck? That's insane, Donald. You can't just attack random people in the street.
Well, like I said, Joe, life is not ordinary. For me, you got to have them hands ready at all times.
Well, moving on before you get us canceled. Have you ever took DMT or any psychedelics?
What a great question. Well, Joe, I tell you one thing. I've never ever took or smoked any drugs, but what I can say is, on a trip to San Francisco, I had a tiny little man come up to me. You should have seen him, Joe. He couldn't have been any smaller than you. But anyway, he blows smoke in my face, and I shit you not, Joe. I had an outer body experience. One minute I was eating tortillas out of a Mexican baby's hand, and the next I'm rolling dice with the homies in the Bronx. A truly insane experience. I can for sure say now that I am by far the best at taking drugs. You should have seen me, Joe. I was flying.
That's strange for someone to just blow smoke in your face, Donald. What substance do you think it was?
Well, Joe, let me tell you. If I could do it again, I would, but I have no idea what it was or what it could be. The little guy looked like a broke version of you, Joe.
Okay, well, moving on. What's your views on the current president, Joe Biden?
Well, Joe, there's one thing I'll say about Sleepy Joe. He's a dumb, stupid, dirty, corrupted, insane, delusional, incapable, unrelatable, unpredictable, and he smells really bad.
Well, that was way more than one thing, Mr. Trump.
Well, you see, the thing with me, Joe, is you always get more than you expect. I'm the package that keeps on giving.
You're not wrong in that aspect, Donald. I would say you are by far the most interesting guest we've ever had on this show.
That's great to hear, Joe. I was going to say, if that nerd Elon Musk is more interesting than the Trump, then I must be doing something wrong.
He's not a nerd. He's just a super intelligent autistic person with great drive.
Whatever you say, Joe. Autism is just the radical left's way of saying retarded.
Okay, on that note, we're going to cut this episode short.
Did I say something wrong?
You said lots of things, but it has been a pleasure to finally have you here, Donald. And I wish you all the luck in the upcoming elections.
Thanks for having me, Joe.